Did you know that 95% of our creative ideas come from our subconscious mind, yet most of us struggle to unlock them? It's true. We all have the potential to be incredibly creative, but we're often stuck in the same old thinking patterns. That's where mind mapping comes in. It's a secret weapon used by some of the world's top thinkers, from Einstein to Apple's design team, to spark new ideas and solve problems. What if I told you there's a simple tool that can boost your creativity by 20%, help you see connections between ideas faster, and turn your messy thoughts into clear, actionable plans? Sounds too good to be true, right? But it works, and today, you're going to discover how to use mind mapping to unlock your full creative potential. In this video, we're diving deep into the power of mind mapping. You'll learn how to break free from traditional brainstorming, how to use color and shapes to boost your thinking, and how to turn your wild ideas into real results. Stick around, because by the end of this, your brain will be thinking in ways you've never imagined. Chapter 1. Unlock your brain's hidden potential. Mind mapping is not just another trendy productivity tool. It's a game changer. This technique helps you tap into your brain's natural ability to think in a non-linear way. The human brain doesn't operate in straight lines. We think in webs, clusters, and networks. Mind mapping mirrors this very structure, allowing us to unlock creativity and ideas that were previously hidden in the fog of linear thinking. Research from Tony Buzan, the creator of mind mapping, shows that using this technique enhances both memory and creativity by 20%. Mind maps activate both the left and right sides of your brain, which is key for creative thinking. By visually organizing your thoughts, you allow your brain to make new connections that are harder to spot in a traditional list format. One simple strategy is to start with a central idea in the middle of your mind map, then branch out with related concepts. These branches can be expanded further and further, creating a map of possibilities that helps you see patterns, relationships, and gaps in your thinking. The best part? This process is more engaging than traditional note-taking, which often leads to passive learning. As you map out your ideas, don't worry about perfection. The goal is not to create something pretty, but to discover new ways of thinking. A simple doodle or rough sketch will do the job. In fact, studies suggest that even visual thinking, like drawing or sketching, helps increase creative problem-solving skills by 29%. So, the next time you feel stuck, grab a pen and paper. Your mind's hidden potential is just a few branches away. Chapter 2. The magic of visual thinking. Turning ideas into art. One of the most exciting aspects of mind mapping is its ability to turn abstract ideas into something tangible. By moving away from traditional text-heavy lists, mind mapping transforms concepts into visual structures. This visual element does more than make your map look cool, it enhances your brain's ability to retain and understand information. A study from the University of California found that people remember 80% of what they see and do, compared to just 20% of what they read. This is why mind mapping is so powerful. The visual structure allows you to store and retrieve ideas quickly. Think about it. When you look at a mind map, your brain naturally zooms in on the colorful branches, the keywords, and the connections between ideas. Here's a strategy. Start with one keyword or image that represents your central concept. From there, let your mind flow freely as you branch out with related words, images, and concepts. Don't hesitate to add colors, symbols, or doodles. These little touches aren't just for fun, they activate your brain's creative centers. Studies have shown that using color in mind maps increases information retention by 40%. As you build your map, you'll see ideas start to evolve. You might notice connections that weren't immediately obvious or find new ways of solving a problem. Mind maps allow your brain to step outside its usual patterns of thought, opening the door to new, creative solutions. In fact, according to Buzan, mind mapping encourages thinking in pictures, which is how many innovators, including Albert Einstein, approached complex problems. Incorporating visuals into your brainstorming sessions isn't just about making things look nicer. It's a powerful strategy for unlocking your brain's potential and boosting creativity. Chapter 3. Taming the chaos. Mind mapping for problem-solving. Creativity is often born from chaos. But that doesn't mean the chaos should overwhelm you. Mind mapping helps transform disorganized thoughts into clear, actionable insights. It's especially useful when you're facing a complex problem or when you have too many ideas floating around in your head. According to research from the Journal of Applied Psychology, visualizing problems through diagrams or mind maps improves problem-solving skills by 25%. This is because mind maps give you a bird's-eye view of your ideas, letting you see the big picture while also focusing on the small details. Instead of getting bogged down in the weeds, you can zoom in and out to find the most relevant information. When facing a tricky problem, start by writing down the core issue at the center of your map. From there, branch out with different factors that influence the problem. For example, if you're solving a business challenge, you could branch out into areas like customer feedback, product development, marketing strategies, and resource allocation. Then, break those branches down even further into smaller issues, leading to potential solutions. This approach will allow you to approach problems from all angles, ensuring no stone is left unturned. It also keeps your mind engaged, rather than overwhelmed. Think of your mind map as a GPS for your creativity, guiding you through the maze of ideas to the best solution. Even better, mind maps help reduce mental clutter. Instead of juggling a dozen competing thoughts, you can visualize them in an organized format. As you work through the map, you'll feel more focused and confident in your ability to find a solution. That sense of clarity is the true magic of mind mapping. By using mind maps to solve problems, you're not just thinking creatively, you're thinking strategically. This strategy helps you prioritize solutions, make connections you might have missed, and, ultimately, come up with more innovative outcomes. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on how to tap into your creativity and start solving problems faster with mind mapping. Chapter 4. The Brainstorming Breakthrough. Mind mapping versus traditional lists. When it comes to brainstorming ideas, most of us default to creating lists. But traditional lists often limit our creativity by forcing us to think in a linear way. We write down one idea after another, each one tied to the previous one in a straight line. While this can help organize thoughts, it's not the most effective method for unlocking creative thinking. Mind mapping, on the other hand, frees your mind. Instead of writing ideas down in a single column, you scatter them across a visual space, allowing them to flow naturally in all directions. This approach taps into the brain's ability to make connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. A study from the University of California showed that visual thinking improves creative problem solving by 45% compared to traditional linear methods. Here's a simple strategy. Start with one main idea in the center of your mind map. From there, branch out into categories or themes. Each branch can then sprout smaller branches that explore related subtopics. The freedom to build connections in every direction is what makes mind mapping so powerful. The result is a map of ideas that's both expansive and organized, allowing you to spot patterns and relationships that wouldn't have been obvious in a list. Another advantage of mind mapping over lists is that it encourages you to think bigger. Instead of getting stuck on one point at a time, your mind is free to explore multiple angles of a problem. You'll be surprised at how many more ideas you can generate when you allow your brain to move beyond the constraints of linear thinking. A study conducted by the University of Michigan found that mind mapping helps individuals increase creativity and idea generation by up to 50%. So, if you're serious about sparking innovation, ditch the list and embrace the mind map. Chapter 5. The Power of Color and Shapes. Stimulating creativity in new ways. One of the most overlooked elements of mind mapping is the use of color and shapes. These simple visual tools aren't just decorative, they play a critical role in boosting creativity. Color stimulates the brain, enhancing both memory and mood. Different colors evoke different emotions, which can guide your thinking and inspire creative breakthroughs. Research from the University of British Columbia revealed that using color in visual tasks can improve memory retention by up to 40%. Colors help your brain categorize and prioritize information, making it easier to recall later. For example, using red for urgent tasks, blue for creative ideas, or green for ideas that need more thought helps create a visual hierarchy on your mind map. Beyond color, shapes also play an important role. A circle around an idea suggests it's the core concept, while a triangle might symbolize a decision or action point. These subtle cues allow your mind to process information faster and more efficiently. It's not just about making your map look nice, it's about activating your brain's creative and cognitive powers. Here's a strategy to get started. When creating your mind map, don't hesitate to use multiple colors for each branch. Try assigning a different color to each category or theme. You'll find that your mind starts to make connections quicker, and you'll feel more energized as you map out your ideas. Your brain thrives on novelty and stimulation, and color and shapes offer just that. Not only will color make your mind map look visually appealing, but it will also help you focus and think more creatively. Studies show that people who incorporate color into their mind maps are more likely to come up with unique solutions to problems. Chapter 6. From Idea to Action. Turning your mind map into results. Creating a mind map is just the first step. To truly benefit from mind mapping, you need to take your ideas from the map and turn them into actionable results. This step is often where many people falter, as they don't know how to move from brainstorming to execution. But mind mapping can actually help with that too. A great strategy is to create a to-do branch on your mind map. Once you've mapped out your ideas, circle the most important ones and add action steps next to them. These could be small tasks, deadlines, or people you need to contact. By breaking down each idea into actionable steps, you're setting yourself up for success. The power of mind mapping for action comes from its ability to visually organize tasks in a way that's both motivating and clear. A study from the Journal of Applied Behavioral Science found that people are 30% more likely to complete tasks when they visually track their progress. So, when you create a mind map with action steps, you'll be more inclined to follow through and get things done. As you work through your mind map, remember that the goal is not just to brainstorm but to implement. Break larger tasks into smaller, manageable chunks, and put them in the order that makes the most sense. This method turns a vague, overwhelming task into a structured, step-by-step plan. Another tip is to use your mind map as a dynamic tool. As you work through your action steps, don't be afraid to revise your map. You may come across new ideas or solutions that you can add, creating a feedback loop that continually drives progress. According to a study from the Harvard Business Review, creating a visual representation of your work not only improves focus but also helps you track your progress and adapt along the way. Ultimately, the true value of mind mapping lies in its ability to convert ideas into action. By following this simple process, you'll find yourself more organized, focused, and motivated to tackle challenges head-on. Thanks for sticking with us. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on how to boost your creativity and problem-solving skills with mind mapping.